Yeah, and we're live. And welcome to another episode of the First Division podcast, coming to you live. And I'm back again with my main man, Drew. How's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. But I was before we get into what I really wanted to talk about, but I was looking at. Have you ever been to BJ's restaurant in California? Ever?
Yeah, but more so back in the day.
Yeah, and I was gonna because what I wanted to ask you is what did the California approve as the minimum uh hourly wage for?
Back then?
No, now what is the
Oh,
hourly?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just read. I'm looking at the numbers. I don't know, maybe no more, but they say that now in 2020 the average minimum wage is $12 an hour.
I know it was going up until this happened, and it was like some of the highest or whatever it's been, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
But
the reason.
I just haven't worked like that in a while, so I have no clue. That's the only reason why I don't know.
Yeah, no worries because I just looked it up and it said like 12 to $13 an hour on average is the minimum wage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at it and I looked at BJ's Pizza, right? I was looking online just now and for one pizza, right? If you go to the restaurant, sit down, right, get the service, and you want to order one pizza, I'm looking at the total. The total of a one pizza is $28.75, man. So
What? 20? Yeah,
yeah, dude.
really?
Yeah, I'm looking at bjsrestaurant.com. I'm looking at the website. I'm looking at BJ's favorite pizza, right? So you're getting meatballs, pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, green bell peppers, black olives, onions, and tomatoes. Deep dish, I know. Okay, fine. $28.75. Bro, and if you're working, and Drew, when was the last time you went to like a sit down restaurant?
Uh, Probably like a month ago.
And how long did you spend inside the restaurant?
Probably a little over an hour, like an hour 15 minutes, maybe.
So on average, you're there for about an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, I would say so. That's probably normal, right?
Right. I would think so, right? Excluding the wait time, right? So you I'm talking about the time you sit down and you order your drinks, appetizers, main course, maybe some dessert, and
Talking, everything.
yeah, so about an hour and a half, right? So if you're getting paid $12 or $13 an hour and you're there for an hour and a half, so you have to work 3 hours for an hour and a half worth of enjoyment if you're not excluding or including tax, right? So if you get clean, right, you work 3 hours in one day, you get paid. Let's do some basic math. You got to get paid $36. You'll be able to afford one BJ's pizza if you work 3 hours in a normal job.
And I don't even think they give you food for. They don't give you food for free, dude. They give you. You only get like a discount.
No, I mean if you were working like somewhere else, like you're working at a bank, right? You're working at a bank, you work 3 hours, and then you can go and have a BJ's pizza.
No, I know what you're saying. You're getting at like how long you work to what you can afford
Yeah. So
compared to like how much you're selling it for.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
no,
my
I
point
understand
is,
what you're saying.
yeah. So what I'm saying is, where we were talking about it yesterday, and we went in a different direction. But what I'm saying is that I think what's happening is that American people can't even afford to even enjoy a one night out at a restaurant because you're working too much and things are way overpriced. I think it's just greedy. I don't think that pizza's worth almost $30.
It's retarded, dude. I know. I remember in Germany you could get like a big ass one for like I think 12 euros, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe it
so
was
let's
even 10, 12 euros. But I'm talking huge, dude, like an extra large pizza to yourself.
let's look that up. You're thinking about 10 to 12 euros, right?
I think it is in Germany. That's what I think we paid. I think it was 15 the most at this like small restaurant that the guy was from Italy and he opened it up. He was super cool, but I was like that. But that's nothing. You know what I mean?
Let's look at 12 euros. So if you pay 12 euros for a big pizza in Germany, right?
You're paying
That's
20, 25 bucks out here for sure.
no, it's $13.
Oh, what?
If you look at the currency converter, it's about $13. It's half the so you paid for a bigger pizza or the same amount of pizza for half the price.
That's the food is way cheaper in Europe, 100%.
For sure.
That's a good thing though, and it's
Yeah.
better.
I think it's just way too greedy. Why does BJ's restaurant have to charge that amount of money?
That's absurd, dude. I don't know.
That's crazy. And I think and you're working so hard and people are working completely hard every day, maybe 40 or more hours a week, and they can't even now that's just at a restaurant, right? Imagine all the people that have to pay rent, utilities, car payments, health insurance, maybe if they don't have things covered, and that it's impossible.
Some people support a family too.
Exactly. So how can people actually enjoy life by at least spending some money once in a while to go to a restaurant? I mean, it'd be nice, right? To take your wife out and your kids out for a nice dinner, or we were talking about sports. I think it's way too greedy. I think it's way too overpriced for no reason. I just looked up LA Galaxy tickets in 2013. An average price for a ticket was $22. And now I look at it and the price has doubled for a
Dang,
basic
really?
ticket. Yeah,
I think LAFC is cheaper.
LAFC. So let's look it up. LAFC prices. Right. I know that for now, all those things are canceled but let's see. Oh, the team. Let's see. Ticket LAFC tickets at StubHub. Let's see. Maybe StubHub won't have it because the coronavirus cancels everything. But
So still give you an idea, I would think.
$32.
So it's only $8 cheaper.
Yeah, but that's including. But that's 2020 prices though. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Ticket. That's not bad, right?
Just depends on how much, I guess. If you don't buy food and stuff, you're only spending like $80 to go.
I know, but do you remember? Like, you didn't even have to spend $80 to go see a professional soccer match. I mean, it was like you can spend like $50 and have the same experience.
Yeah, I agree, man. Well, that's why I like watching teams overseas that were higher up and you didn't have to pay and you can go watch.
Yeah, exactly. I think that the prices are way overpriced. Okay, the product is still the same. It hasn't changed. What's the difference between look? What is the difference between or LFC? No, LA Galaxy of 2020 and LA Galaxy of 2015? What is really the difference? What has really changed so much that they have to charge you these obscene fees to go see a sporting match?
I guess Ibrahimovic.
So Ibrahimovic is the person that they brought that said, okay, now we have to charge 100 or $60 a ticket to go see Ibrahimovic.
I don't know that they think like that though. I'm sure they think they can charge more by getting a bigger player.
Maybe because they have to. Maybe because they have to
Oh shit,
pay him
dude!
his salary.
A California governor to stop alcohol sales starting March 31st.
Let's see. So California governor.
It's cool. I don't drink, so that ain't gonna bother me.
Why would he do that though?
Start
California
taking away everything.
California governor. Do you have a link for that?
Maybe it's fake. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I think it's way too crazy, man. So when you find that link, I've been and it's a paradox because when you sent me these pictures and I was reading it, right, and this morning when I opened up my Facebook feed, I was like looking at it and I was like, well, I'm really learning some chemistry because I've never heard of any of these words. I don't even know how to pronounce them. I'm gonna kill them probably, and I don't even know what they do. And I sent a text message to my mom, and it was exactly like the photo you sent me.
Which one?
And it was a New York. So here's the first photo, or the last photo, I should say. No, the first photo in the group, and it says a New York doctor shared with Hannity. Hannity is the Fox News host. His hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin results. And I saw that on my Facebook feed, and I was like, what the heck? What the fuck is hydroxychloroquine or quine? And then you sent me this photo. I was like, wow, that's a big coincidence. And
It's funny.
yeah, so you sent me this picture, and apparently this doctor, he created this. I guess it's a injection or a pill, or what did he create?
Who?
This doctor, a pill, right? Or
I think it's probably just a combination of stuff that's already around. But I think they're pills, yeah.
So he's saying take 2 of these pills daily, 1 time daily this other azithromycin, and 1 time daily zinc sulfate. And out of the 350 patients, breathing was restored in 3 to 4 hours. 0 deaths were reported. 0 hospitalizations were reported, and 0 intubations. What are intubations?
Inpatients.
No, look at the picture you sent me. It says intubations.
Which one is it?
You sent me 6 photos. So
oh yeah, 0 intubations.
Intubations. What is that?
Any problem? Let me see.
Let's look it up.
Oh, it's a fucking tube that goes in their throat, so they can give air to them.
Oh, I see. It opens up your breathing passages.
That's crazy. So the virus affects people that have a really bad. Damn, that's crazy. That have a really bad fucking like lung problem or respiratory problem.
Yeah, for sure. That was one of the deaths that was here. Like the lady had extreme like lung problems.
Damn.
Oh, this was pretty good, man.
What?
No, these photos. I mean, how come they don't? How come? See, this is what's interesting to me, right? So you found this information by Instagram, or is this an Instagram account, or?
I think so. Yeah, like I'll just look at like some of those underground guys that I follow, and then I'll look at like the tags or stuff like that. I'll just find it. I don't know. I'll
How
just
come?
find some of it.
And where do they get their information from? Because that's interesting to me. You know,
Supposedly, some of them get them from. That's what I'm saying. That QMap website, which is the guy QAnon or Q, who's supposedly high up in Trump's association, and he drops all this knowledge and shit, or he drops a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of. You can go on there. Go on there. QMap.pub.
QMap. What is it? QMap dot
Dot
pub.
pub.
Yeah, pub. Let's have a look at QPub.
And you got to read all the different articles.
It's it's interesting because like how come this gets put on like Instagram and things like that, but this doesn't get reported in
That's why they
like the
say,
national media.
because that's why they say it's run by the deep state, because they feed you the shit that they want you to know, just like the food, everything, to keep you dumbed down. You're just easy. That guy Bill Cooper was explaining, or William Cooper, he was saying it's just easier to control you, and it makes sense. How easy is it to control somebody when you give them a fucking phone, all the gadgets that they need, everything that you need to make life just super easy, where you don't even have to move a finger. People are just like that. They don't care. They won't move, but then they'll suffer later when they're not moving at all.
Like moving as far as like exercising or
Yeah, just moving in general. Think about guys that play like I get antsy when I don't even work out one time or one day, you know what I mean? I feel fucking weird and shit. And like maybe that's just from playing soccer forever, and I don't know, I just know how I feel when I feel good. So I like to stay like that. And like other people that I know will play video games, or they'll just chill all day, or they'll go to work, come home, and then watch TV till they go to sleep, and then do the same thing all over again with nothing in between, no kind of exercise, nothing. That wears on your body after a long time. You can't just go get in your car, go to work, go sit in your seat, stand up, walk around a little bit, sit down, go on break, eat. Like you didn't even do anything, then go home, sit in traffic for an hour and a half, 2 hours, get home. You barely have time to eat, shower, maybe rest for an hour, and then go to sleep. Like what kind of shit is that?
yeah, do you think it's like a do you think it's the kind of the mentality of like American businesses that they have to produce a lot of things in a a period amount of time? So that means like you go to a cubicle. Like for me, I don't think that humans are meant to sit in a cubicle for 8 hours a day doing benign work at a computer and then like go home and do nothing and then go and do that same routine every day, Monday through Friday. I don't think humans are meant to be sitting in cubicles. I think that has a lot to do with like how people may not have, they might want to, but they may not have the time to exercise or eat healthy because of this kind of always rush, rush, rush mentality of like business.
Yeah, that's true. I was
I
gonna I
mean,
was gonna say something, but I forgot though.
I think it's I think sitting in a cubicle is so boring. I think as humans we're not supposed to be like in a building inside for 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours daily. We're meant to roam. We're meant to be free. We're meant to be outside, exercise,
Or
move our.
at least have a 3 day weekend.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I was having a conversation about this the other day, and uh, like if the system is set up that we have to work more than we have free. So, for example, let's say you have a typical Monday through Friday job. So you work 5 days, right? And then you have 2 days off, basically. So you're working more than you have free, right? So why don't make it a little bit more even? If you still have to work more, if the system is set up that you still have to work more than you have free, then why don't we work for 4 days and have 3 days off? It's still more working days, and you split the work week. Why can't they make a compromise like that? If you have to work more than you have free, you know?
Yeah, no. I wish it was like that.
Yeah, I don't know who set it up that you must work more than you have free.
The government.
So like let's put it this way, right? So you have, let's say there's 4 weeks in a month, right? On average, I know more or less. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 days off, and then 5, 10, 15, 20 work days. So you work more than you have off. Anyway.
Yeah, but they don't look at it like that, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Oh, let's see. How to enforce social distance. 4 hard-boiled eggs and refried beans or baked beans.
Nobody's gonna stand within 5 feet of you for sure.
Oh, dude, your digestive system is gonna be blowing up for sure.
Oh man, that'd be horrible.
Well, if you wanna create a 6 feet barrier around you, a couple farts from this meal would be fine.
Or what about the people? Well, I don't want to get off topic, but the people are the worst. That'll fart and then they leave, or then they act like they didn't do it. And it's like, dude.
Well, like, or if you're in an elevator.
Oh my god. or a club or anything when you go to like a bar or anything.
And just crop dusting the bar.
It's like, dude. Everybody denies it.
You know what? I would be more comfortable if you just said the truth. Like, yeah, I farted. Okay. Like,
right?
Yeah, it would be better than just everybody denying it.
I don't think a lot of people would do that though.
If you're on a date.
Oh my gosh, that'd be horrible.
That'd be crazy, man. Wow. So I was looking at this picture of that picture you sent me, and of that lady, and we talked about it earlier, that that lady that was with purple hair, and she's wearing like a purple shawl or something.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, and I looked her up, and her name is Rosa De Paulo. No, sorry, Rosa De Lauro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
she's your mugshot.
I saw her. I know it's not the best, but I'm on Wikipedia, and I saw her. Like, yeah, her mugshot or her facial or her headshot.
Yeah.
And she looks, now, I don't want to judge her by her looks because looks are looks, but she looks like somebody who could work at at a Hot Topic, right? She's like bohemian, free, kind of, liberal, right?
Crazy, huh?
And, yeah. And now, if she is able to represent the state of Connecticut in the U.S. House of Representatives, looking the way she does, which is okay. She looks the way she does. No, that's okay. She can dress. She can wear her hair how she likes. She can dress as she likes. That's okay. But if she is able to speak in the House of Representatives looking like that, wearing what she can wear without even having to wear like a suit or kind of a business attire or something like that, then I think she's making a mockery of the Congress.
I don't know why they would let her stand up there and talk. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's completely crazy to me.
I don't even know. Maybe she just showed up that day like that.
Yeah, but can you imagine, right? So remember when you go to school and you wear something like that, and they said like you're against the dress code and the rules of the school, and then they sent you home.
Oh, that's true. It's like, what happened to dress code?
Yeah. So why can't they just say, hey, look, you're not dressed appropriately for this Congress. Can you go home and put on some decent attire? I think that is reasonable to ask for something like that, especially in the highest house of government.
I was shocked that she was up there talking, to be honest.
Let's see. She's from Connecticut. I don't know. I think that's vastly inappropriate to be dressed like that,
I agree.
especially in the Congress or in especially in that type of setting.
I agree 100%. I'm surprised nobody said anything.
I think nobody said anything because a lot of people, especially now, like in colleges or from what I've watched on YouTube, is a lot of college campuses lean liberal and toward the Democratic Party, and they say we are free. It's my body, my choice. I can dress, act, do whatever I want. Okay, but which okay, maybe it's fine. You can, but I think when you're going to speak in front of Congress or and which is maybe it's not televised. I think you should have some kind of professional decorum and dress for the occasion. I mean, it would be totally disrespectful if you were at a funeral, for example, and you were dressed in shorts and sandals. I mean, that's not something you do, right? That's not part of the ceremony. The ceremony is it's a time of mourning, and you dress appropriately for that occasion, right?
But I don't even know if it's related to that because not even a lot of people dress like how she does.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like
Exactly.
out of well, yeah, that is because no one would wear sandals. But I'm just saying, like that's just what she wore is like totally out of left field.
Yeah, it seems like she just woke up out of bed and said, "Hey, you know what? I'm just going to see what happens if I go to Congress, just like this,
Trip out, dude.
dude."
I
I
don't
wonder
know.
what she was talking about.
I know I didn't even hear it. That's what I'll probably listen to it after or something.
What she was
One
talking about.
was yeah, that and I want to hear like what she sounds like or all that. Put the voice to the character.
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry about what she sounds like, but more of what her ideas are.
Well, I was just kidding. No, I didn't mean that. But no, yeah, no, I know. I don't know. I think she's Democratic. Not that I don't care about any of that, but just saying like some of them are trying to rip Trump apart and stuff, and I don't care about that either. But it's like, why would you get up there and try to rip the president apart? Why don't you just try to get your point across? Because that's what they were doing anyways, is going up there to get your point, try to get your point across, just to try to persuade or, you know what I mean? That's what they're all doing, just try to persuade their point of view.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. So exactly. So what I'm thinking is like, okay, so she stood up there and talked in front of Congress, and she was putting down President Trump and attacking President Trump, maybe, or I don't know. But if that's what she's doing, she's not even uh like talking about or presenting her views on things. She's just attacking somebody. That's what is really strange about some of these like people in Congress or some of these people who are left leaning or Democratic or part of the Democratic Party is that they attack the other side without presenting their point of view.
Yeah, I agree.
And then when you ask them about their point of view, they don't have none. They just keep attacking you with like, with either ad hominem attacks or they, shut you down or they don't let you speak or it's really strange behavior, man.
All just because they're upset.
Yeah, that's what's strange. What are they really upset about? There's something deeper.
I don't know. That's a good question. I guess the more and more that this goes on, the more we're gonna find out for sure.
Oh, definitely. I'm pretty sure. What do you think about that QAnon? Do you think that it's one person or do you think it's a group?
Oh man, I don't know. Probably a group, but one person runs it or something.
they must be going. They must be like, this must be like a gold mine for them, man. Like they're getting all this information, all this inside information, especially during this time, right? And they're like looking at it from a point of view where, oh man, there's got to be lots of information coming out of this.
I think there's like two things. One, well, because you can't believe everything. So one, it's either somebody that is on the good side and they're pushing that information, or they're setting you up for failure, making you think that this is all good and everything, and then it turns out to be bad.
That's a good point too.
Because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. That's what I'm saying. Got to see what happens.
And do you think that QAnon person is like, or person or entity, let's call it an entity, right? Do you think that they're doing it for money, or like,
No, I think they really work in the government.
so you think it's a person inside the government that's like providing this information?
On his, yeah, on his like supposedly special team or something.
That could be kind of dangerous at this point, kind of.
Maybe, but I think they know what they're doing. They've been setting this up for a while. I don't know. I don't know as much as other people. That's why I try to find out. But it's I started getting all deep, not deep into it, but started getting like where I was all not worried about it, but wanted to know more and more about. I don't want to know everything about all this shit. There's like way more stuff than besides this, and you can't do too much anyways. I just don't want to be following the wrong, not leader or whatever, but just I don't even care about the president like that. But it's just I don't want to like have like a little bit of faith in somebody, and then it turns out to be like they do a bunch of twisted stuff or whatever, turn out to be the wrong person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You just never really know, because that's all that is money and power involved with being a president. So everything that comes with that, it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't. You can't trust them 100%.
no, for sure not. I mean, and now, especially now, it's, I mean, if you notice, like, I know there's conflicts here and there, but now I think we're living in one of the most peaceful times in all of human history. There's not that many wars, there's not that many conflicts and things like that. There are here and there, but before it was like, people wanted to conquer land, people wanted to kill everybody. I mean, it was a lot more brutal like before than it is now. And I think if you want to be in power and you want to keep being in power, I think it's how you can control the money. It's not about how much land you can control anymore. I think it's more about how much money you can collect being in power while you're still in power, and how you can still control certain aspects of government, but still, I think it's more about how much cash you can collect. I think it's all about power, and at the end of the day, after that power has ended, because it seems like still people are kind of following the rules in government that when your time is up, you kind of quit, or you just kind of fall off and just kind of go away. People still kind of respect that aspect of government, but I think that people, once they want to accumulate as much wealth as possible before their time ends, and I think that's how you can control it with, like, the economy, Wall Street, stock options, inside trading. I mean, that all comes with it. I'm not saying that's what I'm saying is that is illegal. That's corrupt. It's bribery. But I think that's what people try to do. They try to collect mass wealth nowadays, like the leaders.
Well, definitely, that's how all those guys got to power like that, screwing people over and just caring about the money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all about money, to be honest, at this point.
It really is. Probably every single thing that they got going on is about money.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just all revolved around it, no matter what it is. It's just, you're right. Money and power, because the power comes with the money.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why a lot of people, I don't know, I think because I got asked, right, like, why do people join politics if people criticize you all the time and things like that, and people talk about you all the time? And I thought to myself, well, I think one is that people get, at the end of the day, out of all that criticism, you get a nice bonus check. You know,
Yeah.
you get nice money for it. I think that's why people put up with it.
Yeah, you're
And then
probably right.
I think like other things people think other times people think like, yeah, I want to do some good in the world. I really think some people start politics thinking like they can make some kind of change. And then once they get into politics, once they get used to how the game works and how people treat each other at that highest level of self government, they change and then they just want to collect money.
Yeah, that's a good point. For sure they probably change as soon as they get in. Because then they won't last if they don't.
I think so. I mean,
No, it's evident that they won't last if they don't. If you have if you mean good intentions, it's impossible. You can't have good intentions and trying to pull a bunch of stuff up. No, they're not gonna let you do that.
right, exactly. They're not going to let you do that, and they're going to either push you aside and make sure that you don't get the exposure, and uh, either through commercials or advertising or something like that, or screen time on the television. You know, they're not going to give you speaking time in debates. They're going to make sure that you get cast aside naturally, and then
Yeah,
the people who win are people who like either one have money already, they're backed by big money, or they know the game well enough that they know how to accumulate wealth better than you.
100%.
And that's
Dang, yeah, wealthy people are crazy.
yeah, man, they are crazy.
Yeah, they're super crazy, dude. They don't. They're just always looking to spend, buy, how to earn more money. But most of them, their life's always a mess. How do you make? You can't make that much money without always like worrying about it or working or yeah, trying to get more money.
Yeah,
Always.
I think what is that quote? The quote is, if you make money, it's still okay, but it's the love of money that makes you evil. I think that's the quote.
That makes sense.
Like you could like money is useful, but if you're already only money driven, then that's evil. What is it? Love, the love of money. And let's look it up. Yeah, so here it is. Uh, so here we go. Huh. Here's the quote. Let's bring it up. It's from the Bible, actually.
Oh damn.
So it's from I don't know how to read the Bible correctly. So if you know how to read it correctly, it's 1 Timothy 6:10.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So here is the quote from the English Standard Version of this portion of the Bible. So the English Standard Version says, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs," meaning like they are stressed with a lot of pain from wandering away from the path of like I guess righteousness, I guess.
Following God.
So here might be from the, let's look at another version of it, the New King James version, or the King James Bible. "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." That might make more sense. So people who earn money, that's okay. But if your love of money drives you to be greedy, you're going away from the faith of Christianity, or and you are bringing yourself, harming yourself with a lot of problems. If I interpret that,
I wonder
uh,
if that's where that comes from, though, the root of all evil.
I am not sure. I am not
Because
sure where it comes.
that's always the saying when you're younger, that money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, and this one goes a step further. The love of money.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So if you love money and all you think about is money, like like those rap songs, right? They say like I got money on my mind and my mind on my money.
Yeah,
So that means that they love money, man. That's
that's yeah. A lot of rappers do love money.
so I don't know if that's being evil or gangster. I don't know, but
Maybe not if you do good things with your money and you don't just, you know what I mean?
exactly, right? So
Investing
if
back in the community or whatever. You know what I mean? Not just spending it on girls and cars and houses and stupid stuff.
yeah, and just collecting it for yourself and
Right.
yeah, that's a good
Because
point. Yeah.
you can't have fun with just yourself, even if you have lots of money. You can, but that's gonna get old.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, how far can you just keep doing that same kind of lifestyle? You get bored pretty fast, I think.
Oh, I would think so.
Uh, but that's some real shit I just read. That's
Well, that's why look at all the people in America. They're all tripping out because they don't have any money. But nobody really prepared or doesn't have any. That just show you nobody saved any money or doesn't have any money saved. That's crazy.
yeah. How is that possible that like people in the U.S. or at this time have like no money in their savings account?
Because everybody's eating out every night and fucking. That's what I'm saying. Their life's a mess. That this is what people don't understand. You work hard to make lots of money, but your life's a mess. And then instead of keeping it simple and not making as much and just having a simpler life, and you won't have as much, and you won't be able to do everything everybody else does, but you'll appreciate the smaller things more, and not even appreciate the smaller things more. It'll be more than that, you know. Oh, man.
So how can you? It seems like the collection of in the US, like for example, is collecting like all these things, right? You earn money, and this is what you have to do with your money. You spend it on new electronics. You spend it on new cars. You spend it on new clothes.
Say that one
How?
more time.
Yeah. So, like for example, the culture it seems to be in the U.S. like a materialistic society, right? You earn a little bit of money, you must go. You get fed with commercials about how you have to spend money on a new phone. You have to go out and get new clothes. You have to go buy that new car. So you're
You're
getting
just always
fed.
keeping up with the stupid trend, you know.
Yeah. So how do you get people away from being like without following these trends, right? For example, that it was like I think it was 2 or 3 years ago that Supreme, right? Supreme blew up. Nobody knew about Supreme. Now everybody had to buy Supreme, Supreme bricks, Supreme books, Supreme T-shirts, Supreme hats, right? And people went crazy and bought it and spent so much money on that type of clothing, right? Or on those items. How do you get and I don't know if I have the answer for this, but how do you get people from getting away from this materialistic society, right, and using your money in a different way, like saving it up, using it for your family, using it for different things instead of having to go out and get that new car, having to go out and get that, you know, go out to the clubs, like how do you get away from that like materialistic society? How do you get out of that bullshit?
Honestly, I think it's a personal choice because you can't really tell anybody to do it.
Like people choose to do that.
Well, no, it's like people follow other people or follow whatever's cool or follow the lights and the music and they follow all that stuff instead of really thinking for themselves and like, is this really what I want to do? Or like, is this really me? Like, or like, do I even like this? Or like, what am I doing? It's the same shit every weekend. Or I'm spending money on stuff when I could be saving. If I would have saved money a long time ago when I was growing up, I would could have bought a house a long time ago. But instead, I was always like spending it on gas, driving where, going to the beach, going to LA, just dumb shit that didn't add up to anything later, and I was just wasting time. And I didn't. It's not a big deal. I don't care. Money's money, but I don't know. You know what I mean? There's some people that were our age when we graduated high school that I'm sure were saving since they were working in high school and through high school, out of high school. And then when we were in college, they were working, saving. Then they bought a house when they were like 20 something, you know? Not saying
Yeah,
that that's everybody's dream or that's what you should do, but I'm just
right.
saying there are people like that, you know?
Of course. Yeah, for sure. I
When, I
think
don't know.
I think because a lot of people, I think, want to just fit in. And I think what happens is that the society is set up for, because it's such a paradox for me, Drew, that it's like this, that it's set up like this. The It's set up like the US Constitution says that you have the right to pursue the right to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? So that means it's very individualistic, meaning that whatever you choose, it's your right to make you happy. So, like, if you wanted to marry a lawnmower, for example, you could, right? Because it's your right. It's in the Constitution. Nobody can take that away from you, right? It
Yeah.
might look odd, for sure, but it's ingrained in the Constitution that you can do. That document is so liberal, man. You can do whatever you want, and it's given to you by that document, right? And I think but what happens, especially like when you're younger, when you're a teenager, right? You want to be with the popular kids. You want to be cool, mate. Not everybody, right? Can't speak for everybody, but you want to fit in. You don't want to get bullied. You want to be accepted, right? So I think you fall into this kind of sheep like mentality, and once you want to break out of that, it's very hard, and people freak out. I think people freak out that you want to get out of this like sheep mentality, like, oh, you don't want to get that new iPhone? Why not? I have an iPhone. You have an iPhone. My buddy has an iPhone. Everybody's got iPhones, and you don't want to have an iPhone. Why not? You're weird, right? You're like, bro, I don't want to spend $1,000 on a new phone.
Every fucking 6 months.
Yeah. And I think it's very hard to get. And once you realize that this is what's happening, I think, and you break out of that, I think that's the real woke culture that people talk about being woke. I think that's being woke when you are able to get out of this sheep mentality and start thinking for yourself.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. That's what you're supposed to do, I would say. Because you don't think for yourself when you're doing all that other stuff or in that other mode.
For sure not.
You don't. That's why people can't think for themselves. It just gets harder for them to think for themselves the older that they get. No matter how much information you throw at them, they don't want to like believe it. It just gets worse, you know?
And they don't have thoughts on their own. They don't have their own thoughts or their own opinions on things.
No, that makes sense why people say that people get programmed in like that. Because they kind of are. It's like, well, no, this is what they said. It's like, what do you mean this is what they said? I'm your son, I'm telling you. Or like, I'm your brother, I'm telling you. And you're getting upset and you don't want to listen to me? That's crazy. Like you don't even want to listen to me. I don't care whether you say I'm right or wrong. It's not the fact. The fact is you don't even want to listen to me. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, you don't even want to entertain the idea that somebody has a different viewpoint than yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's perfectly said.
Yeah.
That's a big problem, dude. A lot of people have that problem, big time.
Yeah, for sure. And that's
At least,
not all.
I'd rather argue with someone. At least I'd rather hear them out, though, unless it's complete fucking bullshit, and I don't want to keep hearing the same shit over and over, and they're starting to make me crazy because it's like you're saying the same thing and you're not getting what I'm saying, and what you said doesn't make sense. Like then there's no point even talking to that person. But if I can have a legitimate conversation, somewhat argument with someone, I'm down with that, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
But
I mean,
most
that's
people can't even do that. They just turn off the second they maybe it's the second that you start hitting them with facts and they don't really know what to say or whatever, or I don't know, but that shit's annoying, dude.
well, when you're hitting them with facts, or facts, or just your opinion in an articulated way, and they don't have their opinion of their own, or just from some other random information, they'll start shutting you down, and they will try to make you look so stupid.
Yeah, that too.
for having that opinion. You
People
know,
are the worst, dude.
in that way, yeah, man.
Sure, that's probably why they call people conspiracy theorists and shit like that, or try to make them all weird because it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense. It doesn't make sense to them.
right. And then they just blow you off. They just
But
blow it off like
but how does that? That's just their loss, though. Because if you didn't do any look into anything or anything, how does that make sense? You're just writing somebody off without even like looking into anything or even knowing what it's about. That's that you're the dummy, dude, not that person that's trying to tell you
exactly.
something. You know?
Exactly. And but they don't think like that. They don't think that they are in that category of being idiotic. They think they're smarter than you in that way. They don't think nobody thinks of themselves as stupid. Like
Yeah, no, I know that's true.
like for example, Forrest Gump, right? He didn't think he was stupid.
Well, he
He
did talk a lot slower than all the other people. I'm just kidding.
he did, right? Yeah, I mean, and he was slow and he was, a below average IQ, all of that. And he was mentally handicapped for sure. But he still didn't think that he was stupid. Nobody does. That would be against your nature to do that.
Tom Hanks played his real character.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
kidding. Real life. They were like, you don't need to act this time. Just read the script.
Yeah, just do you, boo.
Yeah, just do you. Just do you.
Just do you, and we got it. We'll get you an Oscar for being you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just kidding.
Did you see his Instagram?
No, what?
Well, he was filming a video. What am I talking about? Film. He was filming a film in Australia, and he he said he got the coronavirus with his wife, Rita
Oh
Wilson.
yeah.
And if you saw the picture, his wife's smiling and he's like chilling in the back, right? And he was like hashtag self isolation or something bullshit like that, right? And he he self isolated for 2 weeks, and he just came back to LAX, and they just released a photo of him with his wife in his SUV driving home or whatever, and they're all smiling like ha 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 hashtag I was isolated ha 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 2 weeks, dude. They were not sick at all, bro.
What the fuck?
I don't believe they were sick. I think
Why
they
would they
just
do
wanted
that though?
attention, publicity.
You think they're fiending for it or something, or what?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Well, I mean, you told me the other podcast we had that like maybe he knew he was going to get arrested, so this was maybe this 2 week isolation was, time enough for him to get like his legal team together or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Well, I heard he's a weirdo, dude. I heard that fool's a creep.
Well, you know who's a creep?
Who?
Did you know he had? Do you know he has two sons?
Yeah, I do, and the one's a weirdo.
That Chet Hanks.
I don't know, but I know the one has like the Illuminati symbol on his chest.
Yeah, that's Chet, man. I just saw the video about him. He has like the all-seeing eye on his chest, and he just released a video on his Instagram saying like
Didn't
I
I
don't
send
know,
that to
bro.
you?
No. Look it
He was
up.
being you. No, I found. I thought I sent it to you. Where he's all being sarcastic, he has his shirt off, and he's saying like, "Oh, whenever the TV says or the news says anything about you, you know it's true." But the way
Yeah,
he's
that
saying
one.
it, yeah,
Yeah,
but the way he's saying it sarcastically, like it is true.
yeah, exactly. Like he's saying it it's true, but he's saying it sarcastic to like put you off, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the weird thing is, he just got that tattoo like recently, the one in the middle of his chest.
That I didn't know.
I looked through his Instagram to see when
Yeah,
he got that. He wasn't tatted. He didn't have any of that. He just got that like a
really.
month or two ago. Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird.
Just before all this shit went down,
And
or
then
just
he said
before
something.
what?
Yeah, and then he said something at the end of the video like if you're going to like go against the new world order, you'll be the first one to go to those FEMA camps, bro. That's some creepy shit, bro.
Oh, I didn't hear that. He did.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what at the end of his video of that creepy video.
There's no fucking way I'd ever live in a FEMA camp.
For sure not, bro.
There's no way, dude. I would never do that.
That shit's fucked up, bro.
I don't know what the fuck. That'd be crazy. Well, I'd look for that motherfucker first. I'm just kidding. Knock that fool's block off real quick.
Have you seen like other videos? He tries to act all Jamaican. He's like, "Hey, man."
Yeah, he's stupid. Did you see the one?
Jamaican man.
Did you look through the other ones though, where he has a picture of him all bloody and shit? It looks weird, dude.
No, I haven't seen that. Let's look.
He said he got in a fight, and he said, You should have seen the other guy, but it doesn't even look like he got in a fight, but he's got blood all over him. Like, kind of, someone said it perfectly. It looks demonic.
Let's see, Chet Hanks.
You have to go scroll down like a little while. It's when he's younger and he's not all fucking had bitch tits and shit.
And it's on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Like on his face.
No, he has his shirt off and he's all taking a picture, like a selfie in the mirror.
Uh-huh.
And it's fucking, he's younger, and then like there's just blood all over him. All over his, like, the top of half of his body.
Dude, let's see.
I gotta go soon though.
Yeah.
It's almost been an hour.
I can't find it, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So you gotta wrap this up, man.
I can look real quick before we get off.
Yeah.
Since we're on it, right? What's his Instagram name?
I think it's just Chet Hanks. I think it's just Chet Hanks Instagram.
Oh yeah, it is.
Let's see. Let me.
Oh yeah, it's this one right here.
Okay. Let me scroll down. I'm on.
It's just it's the 1, 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth row.
Yeah, I see it, and he's like flipping off the camera.
Yeah, that looks weird.
Dude, what does it say on his? What is he doing, bro?
I don't know.
Why would you? That's like a. Before we wrap this up, man, that's like a weird flex, dude. Like,
that was weird, dude.
Yeah, man. I think he has way too much money, and that's pretty creepy, bro.
Did you see where he got the tattoo though?
Yeah, I see it.
No, but I'm saying, did you see when he got it done?
No. I don't have an Instagram account, so I can't scroll down all the way. It kicks me off.
He just got it done December 22nd, 2019.
So you got it like 2 days before Christmas. That's an odd time to get it's an oddly specific time to get a tattoo.
And it's just the eye, the pyramid, and then he got like just the clouds and the rays. That was all he got. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Told you, that's weird.
That's weird just to get that, man.
I don't know.
So you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, sounds good. We could do it Monday or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we'll take tomorrow off and then do
Monday. For sure. Take the Sunday off, and we'll get back at it on Monday, man.
It sounds good to me.
Yeah. So that's been a good episode for today. Drew, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we wrap this up?
No, I'm kind of just excited to see what's going to come about, whether right, wrong, or whatever. I just want to see what's going on with everything in the government and the presidency.
We'll see what's going on in the next few weeks. We'll see how it goes, and we have lots. We'll talk about it, man.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good, man. So all right. So thanks for coming on, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
All right. See you. Bye.
See you.